Hello. Yeah, good day. Sorry for the little delay. It was due to some technical issues. So, my name is Dr. Samson Ariyo. Hello. Hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, good. Yeah, there's a little bit of a lag.
Okay. Hello.
Yes. What would you like to do? Do you have a presentation?
Um. Well, I can't. As in, I don't have the projection of my presentation now because I was just sent this link some minutes ago. So,
Yeah.
and I've been trying to log in before with the link that was sent to me was a YouTube account, which I've been trying to log into, but I was not getting it. To you now
Okay.
sent to this StreamYard link was sent to me.
Okay.
So I don't know. I do know what I want to present, but I'm not. I might not be able to present a PowerPoint presentation for it. So I don't know. Can I still go ahead with it, or do I need to still present with the aid of a PowerPoint?
Okay. Would you like to do a shortened version or just summary, or just not just discuss what the strategies, a couple of the strategies then? A
Yeah,
shortened
I
version?
can just okay. I can just discuss like a short version, like a summary, all mashed together to just quickly be able to just present something.
Okay.
So should
All
I go
right.
ahead?
Yes. And I'm going to mute so that it won't slow down the internet.
Okay.
Okay, I'm still here, but I'm just going to mute my mic.
Okay. All right. Good day, everyone. I'm about to present a paper titled "The Strategies Required." The strategies required in improving students' industrial training program, in improving the students' industrial training program between local businesses and technical colleges or vocational trade schools in Enugu State in Nigeria. Now, the aim of this study is to look at the post effect of the COVID-19 era. Due to the effect of this COVID-19 that we are experiencing currently in the whole world, the pandemic, it has led to countries like developing nations like Nigeria to suffer from unemployment. Lots of industries, workplaces, companies have been laying off their workers. They've been closing down because they've not been able to really combat the effect of COVID-19. So now, after the effect of after COVID-19, in the post-COVID-19 era, there's likely to be a high rate of unemployment in different parts of the world. And Nigeria, being a developing country, would actually experience it more, might experience it more than some of these developed countries like Europe and the North American countries. So to be able to combat or to be able to reduce the effect of this unemployment after post COVID-19 era, it is good to look at the implementation of vocational trades as a way as a way to reduce unemployment. Like we might not vocational trade is the ability whereby people are able to gain skills, gain knowledge, gain specific proficiency in some specific crafts, and they can now become employers of labor, or they can still work for somebody. So now, in Nigeria, the technical colleges or the vocational trade schools are actually the institutions that prepare individuals in vocational trade. And to be able to reduce the effect of this unemployment after in the post-COVID-19 era, it is very important to try to make sure that the technical colleges and the vocational trade and the vocational schools are actually positioned in the right way to be able to give these students the right training, whereby they will be able to be whereby they can be gainfully employed, to be self-reliant. So after the post-COVID, due to the fact that there might be shortage in unemployment, people who have already been trained in the vocational trade can actually be self-sufficient. They can be employers themselves. So to do this, there are some strategies that needs to be put in place. Mainly, one of the major things that we do in Nigeria in the technical colleges, the vocational schools here, is what is called the industrial training program. Now, the industrial training program here is when the students do get to go to the local businesses around. That's for like a period of 3 months to 4 months to be able to gain knowledge, gain practical skills, you understand, from the local craft, whereby they themselves can now go and set up their own establishment. It might be a small scale business, it might be a medium scale business. Now, even this will reduce the effect of unemployment, because instead of people now trying to look for employment in companies in the blue chip industries, they themselves can actually go outside and even start with a small scale business or a medium scale business. So to position these vocational schools and technical colleges in the right way, we need to improve their training program, especially the industrial training program. So this research is looking at the three major ways whereby the training programs can be improved from three different aspects. The first aspect is we look at how the local businesses themselves can actually improve the training program. Like I said, this training program is like it's it's like a liaison between the local businesses and the vocational schools, whereby the vocational trade schools send their students out to the local businesses to gain practical knowledge. So the study we look at is looking at how the local businesses themselves can improve strategies they can put in place to improve the industrial training program. At the same time, it's also looking at how the vocational trade schools themselves, the strategies the vocational trade schools can also put in place to also improve the industrial training program. And finally, because of the fact that most of these vocational trade schools in Nigeria is actually being run by the government, by our federal government here. So it's also important to look at strategies that the federal government, the Nigerian government can actually also apply to also improve this industrial training program. If we look at all these strategies, we believe that this can help to reposition the vocational trade schools to be able to produce better students who can be self-employed, who can be self-sufficient, who can stand on their own. You understand? Who can start their own businesses. Because in our own part of the world, there's this conception that having this white collar job, working in the companies, working in the industries is actually the best form of education that anybody can go through. It has been seen that vocational trade is more or less an inferior form of education. It's not really as highly placed as being a lawyer, working in the bank, being a medical doctor. So there's been that slight tinting on vocational trade in Nigeria. So now, but if you are looking at the effect of this COVID-19 and what it has caused, lots of banks, lots of industries, lots of these blue collar companies are actually laying off their workers now. to be able to cope and mitigate the effect of COVID-19. So now, when these people lose their job, where do they go to? What do they now get to do? Do they go back to the do, do they go back to the society to become some sort of menace to the society because there is no job? They've already lost their job post due to the effect of COVID-19. So that's why we are looking at, if this is the case, then let's go back to the implementation of vocational trades, whereby people can learn specific skills in specific areas of the industries, and they can establish their own business, either a small scale business or maybe a medium scale business, and they can grow it, and they can even provide employment for others. So now the strategies, like I said this before, the strategies that we consider will be strategies from the part of the local businesses, what they can put in place to improve the industrial training program, and also strategies that the vocational trade schools can also put in place to improve the training program, and strategies that the government can put in place to improve the training program. To this respect, the researchers developed an instrument that we use to seek the opinion of experts, that is these industrial training program coordinators that are in the vocational trade schools. Then we also administer the instruments also to the local businesses, owners of the local businesses that are taking students for this industrial training program. And this industrial training program is also being overseen by the government in Nigeria with the aid of a particular body, the Industrial Training Fund. So the instrument was also administered to some supervisors at the Industrial Training Fund to be able to get which strategies do they feel that it can be improved. And from the results of the study, it was found out that some of the strategies that they are looking at, that they are selecting, that can be improved, like the local businesses, it was said that yes, they can expose students to more decision making and creative they can expose students to more decision making, creative and innovative skills. Then the local businesses can also have more positive attitudes towards students when they come for their industrial training program. Like at times there's this conception that because these students are just going to be there for a couple of months, for like 3 months to 4 months, they don't really get to cater to them. They don't really get to focus on them to like teach them to make sure they are learning anything. So it's observed that yes, the local businesses can try to do better in that case. That is, they can improve the attention they give to these students. Also, it was observed that local businesses should give full attention to students on this when they are doing the industrial training program. That is, they should give them more attention, and they should equally be willing to accept students that are coming for the industrial training program. Because at times some local businesses there will tell you, when students go to them, when the vocational trade schools send students to them, that let these students come here to do the industrial training program. At times they get to reject these students. They're like, well, we don't have the space for you to do the program now. You understand? Which will not help the students, because that means the students and the school, they now need to start sourcing for other trade areas. Do you understand? Whereby they can do their industrial training program. Then it was also observed that students should be given training that is related to the area of specialization. That is the particular trade that the student is trying to focus on. They should be given training in those areas, and they should also expose students also to the technical know-how of what is involved or what is needed in being successful in their chosen trade. Now, for the vocational trade, there are some strategies for the vocational trade schools. There are some strategies that they themselves can actually put in place to improve this industrial training program between the local businesses and themselves. Some of them is they should provide adequate orientation to the students before they go for the industrial training program. Then there should be adequate and proper supervision. It's been observed that some students, after they've been sent to the local businesses for the industrial training program, some of them do get to play transit. They might not be attending, going to their place of work regularly. So there should be proper and adequate supervision from the vocational trade schools by providing supervisors that they'll be sending there to make sure the students are actually coming to where they have been posted to. Then they should organize workshop for students. They should organize workshop for students that will participate, that are participating in the industrial training program before they go for it. Then the institutions also, through the support of the government, can also include new local businesses into this training scheme. These are all strategies that were identified as areas whereby the vocational trade schools can actually improve this industrial training program. And finally, the federal government, because like I said earlier in our side there, the government actually oversees the industrial training program. There are equally some strategies that they themselves can put in place to improve this this industrial training program. And some of them is that the government should try to harmonize the relationship between these vocational trade schools and local businesses through by providing a more industry-based curriculum for these vocational trade schools to follow. You understand? Like when they provide a better curriculum that is more focused on the industry, then on these vocational trades, then it becomes easier for the local businesses when these students come to them for their industrial training program to be able to integrate what they've learned in school with what they will now experience in the real world of work. Then there should be significant financing, which is actually a problem here. There should be more financial commitment from the government, both for these local businesses, for the vocational trade schools, even for like the supervisors. Because you notice, because at times when you get to some of these local businesses, they might not be well equipped, and therefore they won't be able to provide the students with the best industrial training experience. Equally to in some of these vocational trade schools, the facilities that are there are actually not up to the level that they should be. So these are all strategies that the government can put in place to help to improve this industrial training program. And also another one is government should formulate policies in line with the training conduct of the students based on the objectives of the industrial training program. And also the government should empower the local businesses that are being used, that are the local businesses that are participating in this industrial training program. The government can provide them with funds or provide them with equipment or materials so that they can actually improve the industrial training experience that these students would go through when they come to them. So finally, these strategies have been identified that can be put in place by the vocational trade schools or by the local businesses or by the government to try and improve this industrial training program. So we believe that if this industrial training program for these students is can be improved, that means post COVID-19 era going forward in like a developing nation like Nigeria, then yes, when people do lose their jobs already, they're already losing their jobs, then they can actually still be self-reliant, they can still be self-sufficient, they can actually still go outside, start a small business, provide for themselves, cater for their families and friends, which is actually a big deal in Africa. Yeah. So we believe that implementing these strategies can actually help the nation, help the country in coping with the after effects of this global pandemic. Thank you very much.
I appreciate you and thank you for coming in. And I think that that's a great service for Nigeria and for uh, the men and women that need
Yes.
jobs.
Yeah.
I think it's a good plan. And uh, I appreciate you, and I hope that you take some time to look at some of the other sessions. We have a couple on TVET. I don't know if that's
Yeah, I'm
if
familiar
you're
with
familiar with that or
technical,
not, but
vocational, and education training. Yeah, I'm familiar with. Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay.
anyway, thank you again, and sorry about the mix-up for the
Okay.
time, but I
Thank you very much,
appreciate
though.
you, and thank you for
All
coming in.
right. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone. Go on and check out the teachathon.com/p for our presenter schedule. Thank you.